Hiya Tanya, sorry you couldn't get back to us. So here's our teddy bear themed week. So it started off just with a flat topper that would go and cover a cupcake completely. And so we used for that just a plain circle cutter, so a pastry cutter to give you the circle for his face. And then on that, using a cocktail stick, of which there is still a national shortage of cocktail sticks, weirdly. We just use that to mark a line, an indent all the way down the centre, and use the cocktail stick to make like little stitches. If you've got one of those cutting wheels that's got the markers on it to make like a zip or stitching effect, you could use that to give some stitching. Then just use a slightly darker penny of icing for his nose, well, the muzzly bit, and then these are the same sizes for his black nose and eyes. And what you want to do is, for a teddy bear, is you always stick the nose on quite high up and then use like a diagonal line to come off from the tip of his nose. So you've made like a triangle. Sorry about that, just turning a phone call off. Now the ears are like pea-sized amounts of paste. I'll just show you how to do it. We roll it into a pea. Whoops. Just squish it flat with your thumb. And then you just want to use your ball tool to give it like a rim around the edge of his ear, and then flatten off. So my paste has dried out a bit, but flatten off one edge, and then you stick that underneath the head of your bear, one on each side. So that's that one. The other topper that we did for a cupcake is a little teddy bear sat on the moon, which is quite cute. So you have your background colour. So again, that's just using a circle that's big enough to cover the whole of your cupcake. Then you're going to do the moon. You do that again with this circle. So I'll just show you. Oops. So you've rolled out your circle. And then you use your cutter again, just inwards a little bit. There we are. To cut out your crescent moon, like that. And then you can stick that on. So then what this little bear is going to be is like hanging on to the moon. So you want 4 tiny little balls of your brown paste, which are going to be your paws. So they're like, depending on what size you're making your moon, like petit pois size, and I've just marked in some little indents for his paws. So that's a pair of paws above the moon and a pair of paws underneath the moon. Then, oh, I've just crushed his ear. Oops. This fundamentally is the same for all your bears now. So it is I'm just going to stick that on there. So I've just crushed his ear. But there he is. He's so cute. So that is like a Malteser size of the darker brown paste. A little tiny ball of the paler colour that I've squashed flat to make his nose. And then a little black dot on there for the very snout of his nose. Again, use that cocktail stick to put a line on, and the ears are done in the same way that we did for the pink bear topper. As I said, I don't know, just crushed his poor ear. And then because this is such a tiny little bear, I've just put his eyes in. You could put it in with black paste, but in actual fact, if you just push in a cocktail stick, it gives you enough to show his eyes, so that he's really cute. You could do him any size you want. So these are for cupcakes, but you could scale it up and cover the whole top of a cake if you liked, like that. So he's quite sweet. And then here is the big bear himself. Now, ears on bears frequently fall off. It's better to do them so that they stick on, then so that you get the shape of where they're going to have to fit on the head, and then take them off to dry so that they go firm, and then you can stick them back on again. Otherwise they would just constantly popping off. So here he is. So the head is the same as we just done for the little bear, but his mouth on this one is done using the, oh, see, his ears come off again. The Ingenious, it's a big biro lid, and it's this bit here, oh, I've bent that, it's that bit that you can push in and it will give you a lovely mouth shape. So big biro lid, put one in your box of tricks. So there's our little bear. Now I'm going to take them all apart so you can see how he's put together. So you know how to do his head. I'm going to take off a leg. So a leg, if I remold this for you, you start off with a ball. Then you are going to roll it into a sausage, but only with your finger on one end, so that you end up with, like we've done before for some of the others, a thin end and a fat end. And then you pinch up that end into a paw. So it's a big, flat, fat paw. There we go. So like that. And then that just sits flush against, so the body shape is like a little cone, little fat sort of cone really. Now what I was just saying to the others is when you go to put your cocktail stick in, you want to make the hole first, then pull the cocktail stick out, pull the body back up again, because when you push the cocktail stick in, it will squash your paste. Similarly for the head, so once you've made the ball, make a hole for the cocktail stick and then take the cocktail stick out. Then you want to just measure it all up and make sure that when you put the head on, the cocktail stick's not going to stick out the top of his head. So now you can thread that back on with no worries that it's going to pop out through the top of his head. So he's like that. And then obviously you need to make two paws the same, that you can then attach in either side. So just squish those in around the side like that. And his front paws, I'll just make one for you. They're much smaller amount of paste, so this is possibly only like one out of a Revels packet. And you're just going to roll that into the sausage just so it's slightly thicker at one end. Yeah, like that. And then pinch one end flat, that's going to be his paw that comes round, and the other bit you stick on. And then I've just put some flowers, but you could put a heart or bow tie or anything that you like. So that's the bear. Now we got through our bears quite quickly, so we also have done a koala. So the difference with the koala to the teddy bear is that the paws aren't angled out at all. The feet don't go out like that. They are just little sausages and they just point directly forwards. And again with the front shoulders, the arms, they again are sausages that just come straight forwards, and they're about the same length. And you put the little marks for the claws on the inside, so facing towards his tummy. we've added a little white bib onto our koala, and the head is more of a barrel shape, that sort of shape. The ears are the bigger bit, so you're going to start off with exactly the same with a ball, squish it down flat. But then what you need to do, if I just move these out of the way, excuse me. So you squish it flat, and then you want to take, with a knife, just some little triangles out at the bottom, make one edge flat, oops, and then that is the bit, the flat edge is the bit that sticks against the side of his head. And the bit that really makes him, so they're quite big and out to the side, but the bit that makes him look like a koala is the shape of his nose, and that is like a tic tac. So it's a flattened tic tac, and so it goes lengthways downwards like that. So there's Bruce, our koala, and obviously Carol named her teddy bears. That's Chester. And there's a nice little Cape Topper on a moon. So I hope your pigeon was all right. And hopefully we'll see you for the class next week. Take care. Bye.